might want to lean back. Oh, no. Okay, let's see who's here. Hey guys, when y'all enter the chat, let me know. Let me know. Introduce yourself. Say what business you're in. Let's network within that chat too. Let's see. Close off the slides. Add a presentation. Okay. I give people 5 minutes to trickle in. I give people 5 minutes. And if you don't know, if you weren't watching, basically this is a webinar on how to be your own CFO. We're going to go over basically just how you need to be moving throughout the business. From what I found out, that a lot of people do not know how to strategically grow their business. Usually it's a CFO's job, but when you're starting off and you're making $1 million or maybe a little bit less than $1 million, you don't have enough money to go get a CFO. So I want to teach you how to basically be your own CFO. I see we have one person in the attendance. Let's see, can we state the full name and what business you're in? I want people to basically network within the chat too as well. You never know, you might have a client or a customer within the chat. Let's see. Who joined us? Who joined us? Let's see, I'm gonna update. Tori. Hey Tori, how's it going? Yeah, please state your full name and then what business you're in. I just want people to network with you. You never know, you may have someone that's, you know, a client of yours inside the chat room, which is great. That'd be great. But yeah, I'm gonna give people 3 more minutes and we're gonna go ahead and start. We're gonna go ahead and start after that. I should have some background music. And once again, if you don't know what we're talking about on this webinar, is how to be your own CFO. If you want to grow and scale your business, you need to know your numbers. So you need to put on your CFO hat when you're doing business, not just your operating hat, just to deliver your service. You have to be able to look at your numbers and be able to have a discussion with either yourself or your team in order to scale and grow your business. I see we got another attendee in here. Please state your full name and what business you're in so we can network inside that chat. I want to start doing that just so people can, you know, just network. Never know. Let's see who we got in here. I know Tori came in. My guy Diablo, what's going on, brother? What's going on? I already know what you do. But please let everybody else know what you do. Okay. I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes. Oh, and Tori, you're a startup here. You want to come up? Let's see if I can bring you up. I forgot how to do this. Do this on this live. 1 second. I gotta bring you up on here. I'll probably do that later. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna give it 1 more minute, and then we're gonna start. I just want to give people time to basically drive home and log on, basically. Let's see. And Tori, this is going to be good for you too as well, because if you're a startup, you definitely need to have a business plan, and think of that business plan as like a roadmap, right? Your roadmap to success. Most businesses, they start and don't have any business plan, right? So we're going to be going over that today. I'm going to show you some cool software, so we definitely can take advantage. I want to see how can I bring you up here if I want to. Well, you know how to ask questions. If you want to ask questions, I think there's a raise your hand button here. And I can always answer any of your questions that's in the chat. But yeah, let's get started. I don't want to hold up anyone's time. I want to dive straight into it. I have a presentation for you. So let me share my screen. Okay, here we go. Let me present this. So guys, this is basically a presentation on how to be your own CFO. This is made for companies making over $1 million, but if you're a startup, you're getting a head start because you definitely can use this too. The reason why we want to be a CFO, there's a lot of reasons, but the main reason is it helps us grow our numbers. and helps us put our big boy and big girl pants on to really scale and grow a legit business. If we don't have our CFO hat on, which I'll explain to you later what that is, we're just guessing that business. We're not going to grow. We're not going to scale. We're literally guessing. Everything we do within business needs to be strategic, right? So this is the presentation I have for you. It's not going to be a PowerPoint. I'm not really a PowerPoint guy. I want to show you a real life example of what this software called LivePlan and what being a CFO is all about. All right. So a quick background about myself. My name is Christian Yemen. I own a CPA firm here in Houston, Texas. I basically only do three things: monthly accounting, which we call client accounting services, tax resolution, fighting your battle against the IRS if you owe or if they're trying to come get you. You can reach out to my firm. We do tax resolution, and then also tax planning, right? But what we're talking about is more of the client accounting services, really growing and scaling your business, knowing your numbers, and knowing how to make decisions to help scale your business from those numbers, right? So let's go past it. Let's go to the next slide. So being a CFO, we're going to talk about three things. I talk about this with all my clients, and my clientele ranges around from revenue of 1.1 million all the way up to 22 million, right? So I'm working with shakers and movers that are doing business, that are growing and have real problems, right? So one thing that we're talking about is budgeting. If you don't have a budget, you're basically just guessing that business. I'm going to be saying that often. We don't want to guess our business. We need a budget. No different from us doing our personal budget on how much we're going to spend on groceries this month, how much we're going to pay for utilities. Your business needs that too. We're going to dive into that. Monitoring your cash flow. I have the ability with this software to know how much cash we will actually have in the bank account 5 months, 6, 7, 9 months down the line. That helps us make important business decisions, right? We're going to dive into that later. And then also just making data-driven decisions. This is a sport. Business is a sport that we're playing. We have to be analytical. We have to look at the data to see what do we need to do in order to grow and scale our business, right? Let's see. Yeah, we got something in the chat. Okay, Tori just mentioned her. She's a startup there. Okay, so but yeah, planning for the future, guys. If we don't have a budget for 2024, you're not really serious about business. I'm gonna say that one more time. If we don't have a budget for 2024, you're not serious at business, because you don't know what you're going to spend. You don't know your marketing, your dollars. You don't know your revenue goals. You may think it in your head, but it actually needs to be on paper. We're going to go over that today. We're going to go over that right after that. How I like to get down, I like to state the problem and then give you the solution right then and there. I don't want to just speak theory for you, right? So you need a financial budget in your business, especially if you're a startup, especially if you're making millions. You need this, right? So a financial budget is needed for if you have cool marketing ideas you want to do for the new year. That needs to be budgeted. We need to have a set amount on how much we're trying to spend. If you open up a new location, or maybe you have a new Lash Tech location that you want to open, we need to know the expenses behind that, and we also need to budget for that. Right? I know we got some new people that's joining in. If you're new and you just hopped in, state your full name and your business. Network in that chat as I'm talking. I want you to network in that chat. You never know. You may have a client in that chat room. You may have a client. But yeah, go ahead. So going back to the budget, if you don't have a budget for 2024, you really ain't that serious in business. You really ain't, right? We need to budget for everything, right? And here's my solution. I'm going to exit out of this screen, right? So there's this software that I wanted y'all guys to basically do your homework on. Let me see. There's let me exit out some of this stuff. So one second. Let me stop sharing and get this right before y'all see all the company's data. Let's see. Let me go to LivePlan. But there's a software called LivePlan that we use to do all of our business plans, all of our forecasting. If you're in business, you actually want to do this right now. Log into liveplan.com and go get an account, right? this will help you basically start up in business. And I won't show you how to basically start it up for you. So let me log back in there. Watch, I got seeing all my information. 1 second. 1 second. And it will move slow. But yeah, live plan. If you have time right now, go ahead and log into your account. Log into, go make an account and log in. So here is live plan. And we're going to run a scenario, right? Let me reshare this screen. Let me reshare this screen. Let me go to, then we should go right there, right? So I actually created a dummy account. This is real data. I just created a dummy account. And I want to walk through a mock company, right? So if you're watching this video, go ahead and get an account with Live Plan. I think there's a free trial. And you should, and I'm expecting you, I'm making the assumption that you already have QuickBooks and your QuickBooks is already updated. If not, that's a different video for a different time, because it's this CFO stuff is designed for shakers and movers in business that are making money. Yes, you can do it as a startup, but I want you to truly look at your numbers and make basically important decisions to scale and grow your business. Right. So the first thing, and just imagine this mock example, imagine we're a marketing consulting firm, right? We're just a marketing consulting firm. We're going to actually, first thing we're going to do, we're going to create a business plan. You know why? Because that's our roadmap to success. I can't create a budget for you if I don't know what you're going to do for 2024. So let's create a quick budget. Let's create a quick business plan, right? Let me know if you have any questions or anything in there, because I want to make sure we're doing this at the same time, at least. And I want to show you the importance of it. But this is so cool about this software. It allows us to basically create a business plan in less than 10 minutes. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I don't want to bore you to death. But this is like a good thing to do if you're starting a business or if you want to rebrand your business, right? So problem worth solving. What problem are we solving, right? We're a marketing firm. And the thing about this, it has AI, so it can type it for you, right? For all my bad spellers. And what kind of business is this? This is a marketing consulting firm that helps small business owners with marketing on social media, right? And then I type that there, right? That's the problem that we're solving, right? Any ideas, facts, or structure you want to include? Nope. So it's going to type it for me. And this is creating our business plan, right? And if we're able to type this and read through it and actually do what it's basically what it's suggesting, we'll be fine. We have a plan and we know what to do. That's why it's good for startups. That's why I like it for startups, right? So we're going to insert this into our plan. And the thing about this, for all of my companies that's making over $1 million and you have, you've been in business for 2 years, you can take this plan, go to the bank and go ask the bank for a line of credit. And a line of credit is money you can use to help grow your business. Or you can go get an SBA loan, which is the cheapest source of financing out there. Because you can't walk into a bank and ask for capital and they not want to see like some type of business plan or anything of that nature, right? They want to look at your bank statements. For SBA loan, they want some type of business plan, and they want to know that you've been in business for 2 or more years. That's what the banks are wanting. So this is SBA approved. That means you can take it to the bank and go get financing from it, right? So let me close that out. And basically, we will run through this whole thing, right? We will run through this whole thing. We can go ahead and mark that complete, but that's our problem. Right? We're helping clients basically be a marketing firm with marketing. So the thing about this is, say and this is real data from a client, right? This year's already over. They made around $312,000 already, right? But we're game planning for 2024. We want to basically see what it's like if we want to add additional services. You see, I already did it here for consulting services, right? So let's delete this and do it all over again. So I'm a marketing firm. For 2023, I did around 312. You probably asking yourself, and these are things you want to ask yourself as a business owner as your CFO, how can we grow and scale our business? You may come across a deal and say, I can offer marketing consulting services. Okay, let's see what that can do to my revenue, right? So this is what we're going to use. We're going to do a forecast. We're just projecting out 2024 based with our current data. So we're going to add revenue stream. We're going to call this just consulting. We previously don't add consulting services, but we want to add it for 2024. What is that going to do for our revenue, right? So we're going to go billable hours. We're going to charge by the billable hours. Our billable rate, let's say, is $235. Oh, excuse me. We're gonna do 20 hours a month. Something easy, something light. Our hourly rate is going to be $235, right? And let's see. We want to start this in January of 2024, right? So let's create this. What does that look like for 2024, right? That increased our revenue by 56,400. Now let's break that off on a monthly detail in a way. Let's do a comparison. Let me go to revenue. Wants to download slow. All right, so let me go back 1 second. So basically, we know that if we add consulting services, bill at around $235 and do 20 hours a month, that would add 56,000 to my bottom line. To my top line. That's great, right? And then that forecast can either project your basically your cash on hand at the end of the day, right? So that's a good tool to use. And another good tool within Live Plan is looking at the dashboard. Most business owners don't know their data. This dashboard lets us look at the trends and come up with solutions, right? This shows us everything we need to know about our business on a financial standpoint. That's why I want your guys to get Live Plan. Most of y'all don't know what you made last month. So how do you know how much to pay yourself? This is why I need some type of system, some type of accounting system for your guys, so we can use this data to make important decisions within our business. So like, for example, this unknown client that we made, they did around, I want to actually break this up. Let's use January to October. So this client did around 300,000. Their expenses was around 157,000 for the year, right? And you kind of see the trends, right? The gray is what she did last year because compared to the previous, I want the previous year. The gray is what they did last year because it's compared to the previous year. So I'm using this and I'm looking at this and as a CFO, I'm asking why questions. Why is this blue lower than this gray? Remember, gray is last year. I wonder what happened. Did they lose clients? Did they lose a big marketing client that they didn't get back in 2023? Why is revenue lower? And then I want to come up with a solution, right? Or I want to dive into that to see why is revenue lower. Same with expenses. I want to ask why type questions. Last year I spent so much in this period. Why did I not spend that much? Weird, right? So you want to kind of look at your dashboard to see what's going. And most importantly, you want to check your cash on hand at all times. This client has no expenses, right? So they're just accumulating cash. You can tell right here that her cash on hand is higher than it was last year because that gray is below it. I love that for her because cash is basically king. That's all that matters in this business, right? And then of course, you get to track the net cash flow for each month. But you want to, at the end of the day, you want to look at this stuff to analyze your business to see where the weak points at so you can fix it, right? So I'm looking at revenue here. I'm looking at the trends here. I'm like, oh, dang, we did 60,000 last year. I wonder why. Or why are these red? I haven't been doing, my 2022 year is better than my 2023, right? So softwares like LivePlan can help you figure out what's the problem in your business and what do I need to do to fix it, right? Any questions in the chat? Anything in the chat? Once again, how we do things over here, I want you to state your full name if you can, and then what business you're in the chat room, because you may find a client here. You may find a client, just FYI. So yeah, do that for me as we keep going. But basically, this is what you need to be like more of a CFO, right? And I go back to this screen because like cash means everything in the business. If you're not making cash and you're generating a lot of revenue, it doesn't matter. I don't care about your revenue. I care about how much cash you have at the end of the day, because we need cash to run our business, right? We need cash to run our business. So I need you to focus on things that's going to generate cash, and cash is going to stay. For example, I know this client is good because if I go to her cash on hand, she shows a positive trend of stacking up all her cash. Now she needs to be doing something with that cash. You don't need too much cash on hand, but I showed a trend that she's just stacking up her cash. This marketing consulting firm's just stacking up their cash. That's good. That means she can hire if she wants to. She can find another location if she wants to for her marketing firm. She can keep growing, right? So I know you're probably focused on revenue and like, oh, I want to get to 30,000 next month, or do 30,000 a month. You need to be focused on how much cash you're going to keep each month, basically. That's truly what matters, right? That's truly. So going back to the dashboard, one of the other things that I like about this software is it lets you know the profit margins in a way, right? You see this 47%. That means for each dollar that she makes, she brings home 47 cents, right? You need to know that because it helps you understand your numbers. You know that each time you make, like, let's put up the calculator. Say if your goal is to hit 30,000 this year. Let me move the calculator over to the screen. Say it's your goal to do 30,000 and you know your profit margins. Put 30,000 times 47%. 14,000 of that will be your actual take home, right? 40,000 that will be actual take home, which is good. So know your profit margins, know your percentage. This can help you understand your numbers, because most businesses think when that check comes in, they get to keep all of it. No. You got expenses that you have to pay. You only get to keep 47% of that, right? And here's another thing, right? So like I said at the beginning, business is a sport. You need to be able to compare against other business owners in your space. We call that an industry benchmark. Who am I stacking up against at my level, right? So I put marketing consulting firm in the southern US region, and then this company is making under $1 million. What are my benchmarks? How am I stacking up against my other competitors? Well, my net profit is 12. The benchmark for marketing consulting firms are 12. Mine's 47. I'm doing a good job on that. That means other people are bringing home 12 cents. I'm bringing on 47 cents on the dollar. I'd rather have that 47, right? So know your industry benchmark. This software pulls in that data and uses your real information to see what's going on. Right. What's another one? That's mainly the main thing you probably want to look at on that one. Yes, you can get fancier and look on revenue spent on rent, but the profit margin on here is mainly what you want to look at. Lastly, when being a CFO, it's all about looking at what goals you want to set and seeing the financial measures you need in order to achieve that goal. For example, for this marketing firm, we may want to add a milestone: gain 4 new clients making $1 million plus, right? We want to do that at the end of we want to allow ourselves the end of Q1 of next year. Who's responsible? Just put owner, right? And this is the software give you basically checklists or email reminders on if you're hitting your milestones. And the reason why I put gain 4 new clients making 1 million is because with a marketing consulting firm, we build them up. They build them monthly. So if we get a client that does around 1 million, we probably get to build them 2,000 each month. That's going to increase our top line. So these are milestones you want to basically check, right? So you ask yourself, how do I get to gaining 4 new clients? Well, that means we have to set in our budget to basically spend X amount of money in order for marketing, in order to attract those 4 new clients, right? So it may be social media ads, it may be sponsorships, whatever it is that you do for marketing. We need to know how much on average each marketing dollar is spent to gain a new client that makes $1 million. And then we need to factor that in our budget for 2024 and spend it. Most businesses aren't doing that. Most businesses are just sitting down, kind of just guessing. We want to take the guessing out and put numbers behind everything that we do, right? So I just want to hop on here. I know the hour went by, the 30 minutes went by quickly, but I just wanted to hop on here and say, hey guys, if you truly want to be your own CFO, we need to start looking at the numbers. I expect you to already have QuickBooks, but I need you to go like invest in LivePlan to look at things on how to really understand your business. Most people don't do this, and most people are out of business within 5 or 6 years because they can't pay themselves and wonder why. Right. So, that's my 2 cents, guys. Any Q&A, I would love to answer any questions while we're here. If not, we can end it early. I want to answer any questions. Tori, you got any questions for me? Let me bring somebody up. No questions. No questions at all. Let me stop sharing the screen. Any question, guys? No. But yeah, that's all I have for y'all, guys. If you don't have any questions, I do want to end it early, but make sure you understand the numbers in your business. Make sure that you're talking to your CPA and y'all guys are coming together to strategically think on what y'all guys need to do to basically help grow and scale your business. It's much needed, guys. But if we don't have any questions, I know it's a Wednesday at 7 o'clock. I'm the last person y'all guys want to look at. We can end it early.